Okay, guys. So in this particular session, we are going to start with the Pre Ambedkar Dalit reform movements. Yeah. In the previous session, just a minute. Yes. So in the previous session, we have discussed that the Dalit reform movements are divided in three parts. Okay. So in this particular session, we are going to start with Pre Ambedkar Dalit reform movement. Okay, so in this particular section or in this particular part, we are going to discuss about the social reformers. Okay, actually seven social reformers. Which are those? The first one is Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. We'll be discussing about this particular person. Then second one, we are going to discuss about Gopal Baba Walankar. Third one, we are going to discuss about Shivram Janba Kamble. Then we are going to discuss about Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj. Then we are going to discuss Sayaji Rao Gaikwad. Next one is Vitthal Ramji Shinde, and then we have Kisan Paguji Pansod. Just a minute, give 1 minute, guys. Okay, so let's continue again the part that we have left. Sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, so we are going to study this seven social reformers over here. So this would be a very tedious lecture if we cover them in just one lecture. So what we are going to do is we are going to divide this pre-Ambedkar Dalit reform movement in two phases. In the first lecture, we'll be discussing about these four personalities. And then in the second lecture, we'll be discussing about this three personalities. Okay, so that this lecture becomes easy for you to understand. Okay, so we'll start with the discussion. Yes, just a minute. So initially, we'll be discussing about the phase, how exactly this particular phase started. So you have seen the second topic, or you can say the first topic of the history, Maharashtra history, which we have started. That is in the question, in the context of social reforms. Okay, what these social reformers did? These social reformers have tried to change the society. What they have done, they have tried to change the society. Okay, so some prominent example, or you can say the most important example is Dadoba Pandurang Tarkhedkar. What he has done, he has started two organizations. I hope you remember them. Okay, Manav Dharma Sabha. One of them was Manav Dharma Sabha, and the second one amongst them was Param Hans Sabha. Okay. Through this, he started social reform movements, and the first step which he took under these two sections or these two association was opposition to casteism. What he did was the most important step was opposition to casteism. After him, you can say various different social reformers such as Ranade, such as Agarkar, such as Vishnu Bua Brahmachari, such as R.G. Bhandar, such as Baba Padmanji. What these all did, they all started to do reform movements in the context of lower classes. Okay, so these all people, what are they called? They are called as birth givers. What are they called? They are called as birth givers of social reform. What are these people called? They're called as birth givers of the social reform movements. Okay, now we'll discuss about the important person one by one. First thing we'll discuss is about Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. We'll discuss about this particular person, and the topic under which it is covered in your books is about Mahatma Jyotiba Phule and efforts for untouchability, or you can say efforts to remove untouchability. It is in this particular domain about Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. Okay, so we'll discuss about him. So what he did, first thing is he dedicated his entire life for Dalits, or you can say entire life for emancipation or for upliftment of Dalits and women. Okay, he has dedicated his entire life for this particular purpose. So what he has done in the year 1851, you can say he has opened a school for Dalits in Pune itself. Okay, the condition was so worse that even these peoples are not allowed to drink water from the public tap. So what he has done to relieve these people from this particular ill treatment from the society, he opened his home tap or home water tank for Dalits. This invited too much of criticism from the society, but still he was very intact on this particular decision to help the Dalits, and he was very firm on this particular decision. Even though society derogated him, or society, what you can say, discarded him, but still he was very sure on the step which he has taken. So he carried forward this particular step. Then, what you can say, he had started a daily newspaper. His name was Deen Bandhu. Okay, daily newspaper's name was Deen Bandhu in the year 1877. Okay, he started this particular paper, and what he did in this particular paper, through this particular, it was a mouth organ to do publicity of the terms, and what he did through his writings in this paper, okay, through the writings in this particular paper, he talked against the customs and traditions in the society. He talked against the customs and traditions in society. He deferred them. He said why these particular things are wrong. Okay, and what was the main aim for all these things? It was just to change the condition, the present condition of that time of Dalits. This all was done to change the present condition of Dalits. Okay, also to impart education to the Dalit people. Okay, also to impart education to Dalits. Okay, he formed some mandals with help of his friends. What he has done, he has formed some mandals with the help of his friends. Why? To impart education to the Dalits. Okay, so this was the contributions of Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, which was enumerated or which is given in our book, which we are discussing. Okay, so the second part, or the second important person, but whom we are going to discuss is Gopal Baba Walankar. Second important person. Okay, Gopal Baba Walankar. Now, this particular person, Gopal Baba Walankar, was influenced. He was too much influenced by the ideas and the work of Phule. Okay, Gopal Baba Walankar was too much influenced by the ideas of Phule. So, for that particular purpose, what he has done, he has started a thing, a sabha called as Arya. Sorry, just a minute. Started a thing called as Aranya Dosh Parihar Samaj. Okay, in the year 1893, and this was established at Dapoli. Okay, Aranya Dosh Parihar Samaj. He has started this particular thing, inspiring from Phule. Okay, and also he has published a book called as Vittal Vidwansam. He has published a book called as Vittal Vidwansam. Okay, and also you can say he has got the credit of becoming the first ever Dalit reporter, or he was the first ever reporter who came from the Dalit community. Okay, Gopal Baba Palankar. Then we are going to discuss about the next important person, who is Shivram Janba Kamble. Okay, Shivram Janba Kamble. So he was too much influenced by the work of Walankar. Not only Walankar, but from the previous social reformers such as Phule, such as Padmanji, such as Agarkar, Lokhitvadi, etc. And he got to know that to propagate his idea, he need to write in the newspapers. Okay, so that's why he started to write into important newspapers. Which are those? First one is Maratha, and second one is Deen Bandhu. Now, you guys need to tell me who started this particular newspaper, Maratha. Okay, please comment it in the comment box. Who started Maratha? Okay, Deen Bandhu, what obviously started by Mahatama Phule. Okay, he started to write articles in them in the year 1902, the start of 1900s or in 20th century. Okay, then what he did, he started to gather the Dalits. Innovative move. Started to gather the Dalits and told them to enter into jobs, government jobs, they, such as to enter them in army. He asked them to enter in police, and he also told them to educate your children. He said, if you will not educate your children will be having the same fate. They will be going through the same struggle that you are going. So what you do if you want your children not to go through this struggle? Okay, allow them to take education or impart them education. This thing was said by Shivram Janba Kamble. With this, he said, okay, though he said that educate your children, but the regular schools are not allowing Dalit candidates. Okay, so what he did to propagate education amongst the Dalit children, he has started school, too many schools you can say, and public libraries for them. Okay, and with this particular thing, he has also organized an organization. He also started an organization in the year 1910, which was called as Som Panchi Hitavardhak Conference. Okay, Som Panchi Hitavardhak Conference. This was started by Shivram Janba Kamble. Okay, now we're going to discuss about the next important person, last in this particular lecture. Okay, he's none other than Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj. Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj, whose name was Yashwantrao. Okay, he was son of Jai Singh Rao Ghadge. Okay, he was son of Jai Singh Rao Ghadge. About his life, you can say he was born on 26th of July, 1874. He was born on 26th of July, 1874 in an area called as Karvir, Karvir. Karvir. Where is this particular area? It is in Kolhapur. He was born in this particular place. Okay, so what happened was after the death of Shivaji IV. Okay, you can say after death of Shivaji IV. Okay, Anandibai or Queen Anandibai adopted him. Okay, Yashwantrao adopted Yashwantrao, and from then onwards, he was called as Shahu. He was given a name of Shahu. Okay, he was then coronated as a king in the year 94, or what do you call it as Rajyabhishek. Okay, his Rajyabhishek was carried out in the year 1894. Okay, so when he came here, when he acquired the throne, he was aware that he was having a great responsibility. Okay, he was aware of having great responsibility towards his subjects. Okay, or you can say he identified that he had a great responsibility for the welfare of his subjects. Okay, and for this particular thing, he has strived throughout his life. Okay, for this particular thing, he has strived throughout his life. Okay, just to fulfill the demands of his subjects to the whom he is ruling and all. Okay, for his masses. Okay, and his great effort lies in the wipe out of untouchability. In wiping the untouchability, or the main focus lies in wiping the untouchability of Rajashree Shahu. Now, What he has done three important contributions to the society. Okay, or the contributions which he has done are divided into three different parts as per our book. Okay, so which are these three particular parts? The first one is in the context of public welfare. Okay, second one is in the context of eradication of untouchability, and third was in the context of education. Okay, so we'll see them one by one. First, we'll be discussing about the public welfare. What all things he has done in the context of public welfare. Okay, so the first thing, what he did, okay, to overcome the drought of untouchability or to overcome the problems of the society. Okay, he had planned various schemes. What he has done in the context of public welfare to overcome the problem or the drought of Dalits. What he has done, he has planned different schemes for these people. Okay, these schemes were generally in the context of employment or public employment. He gave government services to these particular people. Okay, he also fixed a daily wage for them. He also made arrangements for drinking water. Okay, access to tanks, access to roads, all these things are provided by him. Okay, so not only this much, but he derived various projects for disabled, for poor, for destitutes, and old people. Okay, second thing, he also provided lodging and boarding facilities. Lodging and boarding facilities. He provided this particular thing, lodging and boarding facilities, we can say. Then also with this particular thing, what he has done, he has uh, he has provided children's playground or children's home for working women. Yeah, it is called a child care. Sorry. Again, the word I forgot. Child care facility for working women. Okay, and also he had done food and fodder camps. He has also organized food and fodder camps uh, for cattle. Okay, so these were some of the initiatives in the context of public welfare, which were carried by Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj. Apart from this, he had also done some contributions in the field of eradication of untouchability. Okay, so he was very keen for this particular move for eradication of untouchability. He was very keen. Okay, since what he considered untouchability, he considered untouchability as a curse on the society. What he considered untouchability a curse on the society. Okay, and also he made some legal provisions for it. Okay, legal provisions do not, if you practice untouchability, there would be fine or there would be punishment from the government side itself. Okay, so you had made these all things for the untouchability. Okay, you can say legal provisions are made for untouchability. Okay, also to get rid of this untouchability, he has started various schools. Okay, various, you can say, public places, because in general public places or in common public places these people are not allowed. Okay, so what he has done, the next thing, he has banned mahar vatan. Okay, the most important thing, huh? Mahar vatan system. We have discussed this particular thing, what is mahar vatan in the previous sessions. Okay, go through it. What he did, he banned mahar vatan system. Okay, second thing, now he's telling other people to employ untouchables in their service, but if he's just telling them and not doing by himself, would people go with this particular move? Obviously no. So he started the change with himself. He appointed untouchables in government service. . Not only this much, but he has made a untouchable chairman of Kolhapur Nagar Parishad. An untouchable was made a chairman of Kolhapur Nagar. Okay, an untouchable was made a chairman of Kolhapur Nagar Parishad. Okay, now what he has done, he has issued a proclamation. Okay, what he has done, he has also launched a proclamation. Okay, and what this proclamation said, okay, in simple terms, we can say this proclamation said that what we'll do, we'll reserve seats. Means he was the first person to ever reserve a seat. Okay, reserve seats in the field of social, economic, and educational. Social, economic, and educational. Okay, and this marked a beginning of a completely new era where equality was seen proliferating in every direction. Okay, so this was the second move which was done by Shahu Maharaj. That was in the context of eradication of untouchability. And the third and the most important thing that he undertook. Okay, the third thing was the context of education. Okay, the next important thing was in the context of education. So Shahu Maharaj carried forward. Okay, you can say he carried forward work of Phule and also began a new thing, that is free and compulsory education. What he did, he promulgated a thing called as, or he propagated a thing, that is free and compulsory education to different parts of the areas, or you can say in every different villages. He said that education is compulsory. Okay, and for this particular thing, he has passed a resolution in the state. He has passed the resolution for this particular thing, that education should be free and compulsory. This was the biggest step which was taken in the society at that point of time. Okay, so to give this effect, he said start schools wherever possible. What do you mean by wherever possible? Okay, he said people to start school in remote villages, in temples, in dharamshalas. Okay, then wherever you get place, just start under tree. You can say anywhere, wherever you get space. Okay, just start that. Sorry, just start the school. Okay, also he reserve 1 lakh per year for education. Hope you're getting how innovative this particular, how revolution this person was. Okay, started to reserve 1 lakh for education every year. Every year he used to spend 1 lakh on the education of his subjects. Okay, then you can say if you want to impart education, you also need hostels. So that for that particular purpose, he raised hostels for students of all caste and communities. And due to this all efforts, okay, Kolhapur was only princely state to do this all things. Okay, or this all revolutionary moves were found only in the state of Kolhapur, thanks to the efforts of Shah Maharaj. Okay, now you can say he has explored almost all fields of life. Okay, this particular person, Shah Maharaj, has explored almost all fields of life. Okay, human life. He took care, or he expanded his revolutionary work in almost all fields of life. Okay, and due to this particular thing, Maharashtra was put forth as a progressive state. Due to this whole thing, Maharashtra was put forth as a progressive state. Okay, and this all activities, whatever he did, okay, this all activities influenced Ambedkar as well. Okay, these all activities, whatever he did, this influenced Ambedkar. In fact, you can say Ambedkar said that Shahu Maharaj had a magnetic personality which attracts everything, which attract good things. Okay, he was influenced by the magnetic personality of Shahu Maharaj. Ambedkar was completely influenced by the magnetic personality of Maharaj, Shahu Maharaj. Okay, and now in this way, you can also say that he was a bright student. Ambedkar was also a bright person, and this in this particular scenario, Shahu Maharaj also had trust on Ambedkar's knowledge. Okay, Shahu Maharaj also had trust on Ambedkar knowledge. Okay, Shahu Maharaj was of the opinion that Ambedkar would be the only person who could emancipate the Dalits. Okay, Shahu Maharaj thought or was sure that Ambedkar would emancipate Dalit. Okay, so he also contributed in woman upliftment. Okay, and this all activities whatever were done by Shahu Maharaj, okay, whatever activities were performed by the Shahu Maharaj, okay, these all activities, what they did, they motivated or they fueled or they inspired the present and the future generations. What they did, they inspired the present and the future generations. Okay, so I hope you guys have got a knowledge or you guys got information about the first four social reforms, that is Phule, okay, Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, Gopal Baba Walankar, Shivram, Shivram Janba Kamble, and finally Shahu Maharaj. We have discussed about these four social reformers. The next three would be discussed in the upcoming session. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this particular session. I'll see you guys in the next session. Till then, have a good day. Bye.